Blessed be everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we're doing the tarot for shadow work, and you can ask Hecate for her assistance to help you with this as well. I love working with Hecate with shadow work and also with the tarot, and I find that the tarot can be very helpful when I'm doing shadow work, when there's just something that I'm struggling to figure out, or it's a case of I kind of know what the situation is, but I need some clarification on it. Before we dive in though, my name is Sandra. I'm the author of Crafting Your Wiccan Path. If you want to know more about witchcraft, Wicca, tarot, and shadow work, as well as magic, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos. If you want to know where to start your witchcraft practice, but you're just trying to figure it out, where's the best place to start? What should I learn first? There's all these things I need to know. How do I put them all together and actually start practicing this and start learning it? I have a free video called How to Start Your Witchcraft Practice. There's a link in the description field below this video, and you can also grab a copy on my website, mysterywitchschool.com. Now, I've got other freebies that you can grab on that website as well under the freebies tab, and there's more freebies down below in the description field as well, so take a look at those. There's things on tarot and shadow work down there. So when you're working with Hecate, with shadow work, it's really just a simple case of working with her, doing a daily practice. So if you're focused on something that you want to change and you're wanting to work on, just on a morning practice or an evening practice, or whenever you can find time to practice, just sit down, light a candle. It doesn't even have to be the colors of Hecate, it could be any colored candle, but her colors are usually a sort of an orangey red color, so you could use red or orange or black. And simply ask Hecate to be present with you. So Hecate, please be present with me today. I ask for your blessings and I ask for your help. And if you're doing a tarot reading, ask her for her guidance in reading the tarot. So you could say something like, "Oh Hecate, help me with this tarot reading today to uncover what it is I need to know to help me with my shadow work." And then choose your cards. Now today we're doing a 3-card reading. Position number 1 is the shadow, position number 2 is the light, and position number 3 is how you can move forward. So the example I have today, I've picked a few cards already, and these cards kind of also symbolize their positions too, but any card of course can turn up in any of these positions. But card number 1 in the shadows is the Devil card. Now this card is all about the shadows. It really is the shadow work card, but there's a lot of shadow work cards in there, but this one particularly. And when it comes up in a shadow work position, it means that you're still attached to things that are holding you back. These attachments could be to beliefs, to past traumas, past people. These things can be things you're attached to, loyalty vows, rebellion vows, all kinds of things, assumptions that you're attached to, and that's keeping you trapped. So the problems that you're facing right now and what you need to look at is, how am I keeping myself stuck? How am I allowing myself to stay stuck to old patterns, old beliefs, old fears, and inhibitions? This card can also be a card about addiction as well. So how am I attached to things? You can see on this card here, this is the Waite Smith deck, that there's 2 people here and they have chains around their neck. The chains are very loose. They could easily take those chains off. But they're so conditioned to being chained that they don't know they can take their chains off. And then of course you have the image of the devil there, which is kind of your sort of classic sort of Christian image of the devil. And they're chained to that. They're chained to the material world. You've got here this sort of a cube here, which is representing the material world. So they're chained to the material world, chained to the survival needs of our ego, and chained to those things. So you know that when you have this card in the shadow position, that you need to look at, what am I chained to? Where am I focusing my life right now? Is it on that whole material fear aspect? Is it a root chakra kind of aspect where I'm feeling afraid of something, afraid of change, or afraid of doing something because it just doesn't seem safe in some way? And is this feeling of not being safe just a belief, or is it real? So you can start looking at those aspects of yourself. Now, when you're moving forward here with your light card, in the light you have the star. So this is saying you actually have the ability to be able to manifest whatever dreams you want to manifest. You can create through your intuition and through your creativity, through your magic, what it is you want. It's the card of dreams and desires and wishes fulfilled. It's also a card of intuition, hopes. So it's telling you not to give up on these things. And just because you've got the fear and the doubt here with this card, doesn't actually mean that you can't achieve this. And you have to go from here to here. And the way that you do that is going to be expressed in the next card, but it is actually on focusing on this. It's focusing on what it is that you want. It's focusing in on your dreams and desires. And through focusing on that, this will actually start to go away. Now, there's methods of doing this, and that's what I'm going to be teaching in my new course, The Journey with Hekate, which is coming up this month of November. So this new course, and I'll tell you about it now because it is totally related to this, is a course with Hekate. It's to help you become who you truly are. So it's an extension of shadow work, the real essence of shadow work, stepping into your relationship with you. Learning to be the you know yourself to be, you want yourself to be, but you're not allowing yourself to be. It's about your relationship with yourself. Now, I've got another shadow work course, which is the Wheels of Empowerment, that goes through all of the limiting beliefs at each chakra level and cleans a lot of that up. This is about taking all of those sorts of things, all of those negative beliefs, and feeling into what it feels like to believe that you really have these things going on, that these things really are a limitation, and alchemically transforming that into its opposite with the help of Hekate. And there's tarot involved in this course as well, and using the tarot for shadow work at the same time. So I will let you know when that course is available on the live streams. So if you can attend my live streams, you'll find out more about when that course will be available. Now, moving along, I have here moving forward. So to be able to go from the Devil card, which is those inhibitions and the fears, the beliefs that you have that are holding you back, and that's all they are. They're these chains, and they're false. You don't have to be chained. You don't need them anymore. You don't need to be chained anymore. You can actually just take the chains off and move forward, connecting to your dreams, connecting to your hopes, connecting to your intuition, and sailing to calmer waters or happier waters. This card is a card of transition and a card of change. In the literal sense, it can be a card of traveling overseas or over the water. But from a shadow work perspective, it is about doing the work to move on from the darkness into the light, or moving on the journey of shadow work itself, where you're actually moving from that old way of being to becoming more of who you are and the new way of being. And when you become more of who you are, you're going to attract more of the things into your life magically that you are actually wanting in your life. And your magic will be so much more powerful because you'll be more in tune with what you truly want and what's actually good for you. And you're more likely to achieve the goal at the same time because you're becoming the person that has that result, rather than staying stuck in the version of you that doesn't have that result, hoping for the result, but not actually becoming who you need to be to get that result. And that becoming is very much on an energetic level at first. It's becoming emotionally that person first and foremost. You don't have to try and become that person in the real world at this stage. It's becoming that person on a mental, emotional level. So even if you have not achieved the physical outcome you want, if you can emotionally achieve it, then the physical has to come. It comes after the emotional achievement. So the shadow work and the identity shifting with Hecate is all about the emotional becoming, so that you can then work on whatever inspiration you start to get when you do your magic to have the things you want to have. Then you can take the action on that motivation, on those opportunities, and on that creativity, because you'll have the confidence to do so. So that's an example of shadow work and how the cards can be helping you move forward. I will grab another 3 just because we've got some time to do that, and I'll just quickly just grab whatever's on top of the deck right now. And in the shadow position, I have got the 9 of Swords. Now the 9 of Swords is another shadow card, so it's saying that the issues that you're having are all in your head. A lot of it is all in your head. It's caused by anxiety and worry and thoughts. You're thinking. And in this position, it'll be telling you that a lot of your problem is actually just in your head. It's not real. It's beliefs, it's assumptions, things that you feel are real, but they're not. And you don't need them anymore. They're really, really weighing you down and keeping you up at night. That's what this card is saying. Now, the light aspect here, we have the oppression card. So the light aspect about this is dropping those burdens. You have the ability to be able to let go of these burdens. You don't need to hold them down. You don't need to hold your inspiration or your passion down. You can let it go. Because the figure in this version of the 10 of Wands is actually holding the wands down. It's almost like if they let go, they'd fly away. And that's just the way that the picture is actually drawn. It's drawn as if they're holding them down rather than having them holding them down. In other decks, you'll have the wands holding the person down. In this deck, it seems to be the other way around. And you could let them go. And by letting them go, then you are carrying a much lighter weight. And you don't need to be holding your inspiration down. You can allow it to fly. So where are you holding things down that you need to let go? Because you could very, very well let go of your inspiration and not hold on to it so much. Allow it to guide you to what it is that you want to do. And be aware that it may be scary and may be frightening, but you still have the ability to do that. Moving forward, it may mean that you may need to have some guidance from another person. You may need help from a teacher. You may maybe need a coach or a mentor or somebody to help you there, or maybe working with a spirit guide, or simply take some time out for yourself and spend some time alone to think about these things. Do the shadow work, do the identity shifting work, and take that time to withdraw from the world so that you can do your journaling, do your guided meditations, do your emotional freedom technique or tapping or whatever modality is there for you to do to transform the fears and the paranoias, and to let go of how you're holding yourself back. Because you don't need to be holding yourself back. You don't need to be carrying the burdens. You can let them go and allow the inspiration to shine forth. But you may need to take some time by yourself to do that. Maybe a vacation, maybe just having a day all to yourself where you just go to the beach or you go into the woods or wherever to spend time with you. So these are how you can use the cards to help you with your shadow work. Now, I have got quite a few different types of tarot readings in the new course that's coming out with the shadow work, so you'll probably will enjoy those. I'm sure that you will. Meanwhile, if you are wanting to learn Wicca and Witchcraft with me, I have a 12-month course called the Mystery Witch School 101, and this is to get you started on the witchcraft path, to do all the basics of witchcraft, like energy work, magic, working with deities like Hecate, for example, working with the lunar rites, and getting you into a daily practice where you're actually connecting with yourself every day and practicing every day, making this part of your life so that you're not getting swept away by all of the stuff that's going on in the world. You can take some time out for yourself, and you can connect to spirit, you can connect to nature, you can connect to who you are again, and use your practice, your witchcraft practice, to help you reach your potential, to help you move through things that you're struggling to move through, to give you that strength and that place, that solace and guidance that it can offer you, because it's an incredibly powerful tool, a spiritual practice. It's incredibly powerful, and people who have a spiritual practice generally do a lot better than people who don't have a spiritual practice when it comes to being resilient and being able to navigate their way through the world without totally falling apart in it. So it's a very it's a practice that has a lot of benefits. So if you do want to learn how to do Wicca and witchcraft with me, Mystery Witch School 101 Academy, there's a link in the description field below this video. If you like the video, hit the like button, share it with your friends, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on the next video. Blessed be.